Hello and welcome to e-GMAT. We will solve question number 15 of OG Verbal 2nd edition by using e-GMAT 3-step process. In the first step, we will understand the meaning of the sentence. In the second, we will evaluate the errors in the sentence, and finally, we will review all the answer choices to get to the correct answer. So let's begin. It is well known in the supermarket industry that how items are placed on shelves and the frequency of the inventory turnovers can be crucial to profits. So this sentence presents a fact about supermarket industry. It says that two factors can be crucial to its profits. These factors are how items are placed on shelves and the frequency of the inventory turnovers. Now let us evaluate the errors in this sentence by splitting it into clauses. So here comes the first one. It is well known in the supermarket industry. Here it is the subject and is the verb. Presence of that tells us that we have another clause, but immediately after that we have how that marks the presence of another clause, and it reads how items are placed on shelves, and here items is the subject and are placed is the verb. What follows next is another factor that can be crucial to supermarket industry profits. It reads the frequency of the inventory turnovers. Now what appears next is the latter portion of this entire that clause, can be crucial to profits, where can be is the verb for the subject, how items are placed on shelves and the frequency of the inventory turnovers. Now what are the two factors that can be crucial to profits? How items are placed on shelves and the frequency of the inventory turnovers. Now these two factors are logically parallel to each other, but grammatically they are not, because the first factor is a clause while the second factor is a noun phrase. So this leads to the parallelism error in this sentence. Now let's review all the answer choices to find out which one is the correct answer. Well, choice A certainly is not, as we discussed just now. In choice B, we again see the parallelism issue is there. How items are placed is not parallel to the frequency of inventory turnovers. Also, singular verb is has been used to refer to plural subject, how items are placed, and the frequency of inventory turnovers. This leads to the subject-verb number agreement error. So for these reasons, choice B is not the correct answer. Well, choice C repeats the same errors of choice B. Here the frequency with which is not parallel to how items are placed, and again singular verb is has been used to refer to plural subject. So choice C is also not the correct answer. In choice D, we have a misplaced is that leads to the parallelism issue. Now, in an interrogative sentence, the helping verb always appears before the noun, but in statement, it always appears after the noun. Now, let's take an example. In this interrogative sentence, how are cakes baked, the helping verb are appears before the noun cakes. But when the same idea is presented in a statement, we will say, I don't know how cakes are baked. So here we see that the helping verb has changed its position and it now appears after the noun cakes. In the very same way, in the original sentence, the first factor is written in the statement form because it reads how the items are placed. Here, the helping verb appears after the noun. But in choice D, the second factor retains that form of interrogative sentence because here is appears before the noun. How frequently is the inventory turned over? So this leads to the parallelism error in choice D. Also, can be has been replaced with are, which means that it takes away the sense of capability from the sentence. Now, there is let's understand this through an example. When we say Tom can agree to cook, it means that Tom, it shows the sense of capability that Tom can agree to cook. But when we say that Tom often agrees to cook, it kind of gives the surety that Tom most of the times agree to cook. So there's a huge difference between Tom can agree to cook and Tom often agrees to cook. In the very same way, when we say that two factors can be crucial to the profit of supermarket industry, it denotes the capability of these two factors being crucial. But when we say that two factors are crucial, which means that these two factors for sure are crucial for profit. So with the use of are, now there is a change in the meaning of the sentence, which is not correct. So for these reasons, choice D is not the correct answer. Now we are left with only choice E, and it is the correct answer because now the second factor, how frequently the inventory turns over, is a clause which is grammatically parallel with how items are placed on shelf, and the sense of capability has been retained in the sentence by the use of can be. So choice E is the correct answer. Time to take a look at the takeaway messages. In the questions pertaining to parallelism, we must be able to identify the correct list, and we must make sure that all the entities in the list must be grammatical as well as logically parallel to each other. We must also pay attention to words like may, can, are, will, as they render different meanings to the sentence. Also, every subject verb must agree in number with each other. The concepts tested in this sentence have been covered in e-GMAT concepts level 1 parallelism identify incorrect, level 1 parallelism helpful tips, and level 1 subject verb must agree.